Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope everyone is okay. I haven't posted in quite a while. Um, I haven't had much to say. I've been busy. Um, I was thinking about something recently, as I scroll through social media, Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and some of the different, or some of the other social media platforms. And I see that there is a lot of, or quite a bit of, work being done. And I'm speaking primarily African American communities. There's a lot of work and a lot of programs that are being implemented in the various communities around the U.S. And I was thinking, and this is just food for thought, for and not to the exclusion of anyone. This is not to exclude anyone, but there are some in-house issues that need to be dealt with first. Um, Direction, purpose, um, things like this need to first be pounded out before others may be brought into the mix. But this is primarily to the African American students, the African American IEMA, and, those who are sincere in wanting to help the African American community. I think that there should be some type of collaborative effort by those who have resources and those who have the ear of the various communities, because I think you'll find some of the challenges that one community has, the community one state over very well may have, and the community two states over very well may have, and the state above and beyond very well may have. So what we want to do is, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to pool our collective resources, sit down at the table and say, how can we fix these community issues that we have? What is working in your community? What's not working in your community, so that we don't do the same thing here? Or it could be that maybe it didn't work in your community, but based on our demographics, where we are, all of that, it very well could. Some type of collaborative brainstorming situation where the students and the leadership and the IEMA of the various communities can sit and, talk about the issues that we as African Americans understand because we live it. How the various pathologies are affecting the various communities. What affects one community hard may not affect another community that hard. You know what I mean? So basically, a brainstorming session of some type that we can sort of pick each other's brains and try to figure out some solutions to these problems. Experts in the field of education, experts or people knowledgeable in finance, money, investing, everything that a vibrant, living, healthy, community, needs to be successful. We should have some type of representation of someone from that field, or two people from that field, that can sort of give input. All of this filtered through an Islamic lens, if this makes sense to you. All of this filtered through an Islamic lens. At some point, see, we can't be individualistic, right? We can't approach these issues from an individual or just one community perspective, because we have a collective experience as African Americans. We have a collective history. We have experiences with the legal system. We have experiences with the education system and healthcare and housing and all of these things that affect our everyday living situations. So we should be able to have a meeting of the minds and come together to sort of talk through these issues and look for some real solutions. Look for successes that other communities are having, and maybe learn from that. Again, we don't want to reinvent the wheel, but we want to build upon success. We have to, or I think we should look at what other communities do, what other quote unquote minority groups may be doing economically, and how they pool their resources, and we learn to do the same thing to be able to guide our communities with the successes from other communities. We build upon that. That's just something that I was thinking about. I would like to see the students of knowledge speak on this. I would like to see again, a meeting of the minds. We have to build not only a communal but a national efficacy that speaks to our situation as African Americans, and as Muslims. The leadership, the push should come from the Muslims. It should without doubt come from the Muslims. We have the haqq on our side. So it should be us that spearheads this healing process. And again, everything filtered through that Islamic lens. Those people who have the Islamic knowledge, they've spent the time, they've put in the work, they're qualified. Those who, again, have expertise in other fields, they've put in the time, they've studied, they're credentialed, they know what to do, they know the pitfalls, they know the curves in the road, where they are, and all that. We need those resources instead of being fragmented into just small communities spread out throughout America when we collectively have the same issues. That's just something that I was thinking about. Feel free to comment at the bottom. This is just a short video, food for thought, something to kick around. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, and I'll start putting out more stuff. I am going to be going back to school here soon, and I'll be speaking on that soon enough. But I'm headed back to school to further my education, and I will probably document that via video, like I'm doing right now. I'll document the process that I'm going through in higher education when the time comes. But I'll be doing that within the next few months, inshallah. So like, subscribe, pass the video on. I would really like to get feedback. I would like for some of the students and some of the African American Aimma who come into contact with this video to drop some information, drop some words. Let me know what you think. Is this a fantasy? Are we able to get along because we may have varying, I don't want to say ideologies, but varying approaches to this deen? How much of an issue is that when we talk about community building? Again, let me know. Food for thought. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.